Hello there. Welcome to CXC Math TV. And today we're going to be looking at linear equations. Probably one of the most important topic in CSEC mathematics. With that being said, let us get started. So look at this right here, this image, right? So you have a coconut, a watermelon, and a coconut equal 21. 10 is equal to 2 strawberry plus 4. A strawberry plus an orange equal 8. A coconut and the orange equal 14. And a strawberry, a coconut, watermelon, and an orange equal how much? How are you going to do this? I want you to just pause the video and go ahead and find out how much would it cost to purchase one strawberry, one coconut, one watermelon, and one orange. Pause the video and answer the question. All right, now we're not going to go through this question, right? I just wanted you to think about it, right? So the first thing you'd have realized is this is linear equation. Maybe you can use the letter C to represent coconut, W to represent the watermelon. And so you realize at the top you'd have 2C plus W is 21. In the second equation, we realize 10 is what? 2 strawberry plus 4. And so clearly the strawberry, you could work out the strawberry from this equation. And then we realize that strawberry plus the orange equal 8. And we realize that 14 is what? The coconut plus the orange. And then finally we need to find when we buy one of each what happens. So just to write down the answer, strawberry we realize would be $3 or 3 right here from this equation. And if strawberry is 3, then if this is 3, then the orange would be 5 to make 3 plus 5 to be 8. And if the orange is 5, then we'll clearly realize that the coconut would be 9 because 9 plus 5 is 14. And if the coconut is 9, then clearly the watermelon had to be 3. So the answer you should be getting is 3 for the watermelon plus the coconut price, which is 9, plus the orange price, plus, of course, your strawberry price. And you add all of that, and this should be your answer, which is 12, 17, 20. That should be your answer, 20. Now, that's the topic for today, solving linear equations. That we just did a while ago was linear equations, right? More relatable to real life, right? Yes. So linear equations. So again, so you are asked for eight marbles, and I gave you 2, and I told you that the rest are in my bag. So everybody know that 6 is the rest in my bag. That's why the number 6 is there on the screen. But all right, so how many marbles should be in your bag now? 6. But look at this. How did you get your answer? Think about it. How did you really get your answer? Many person might say, well, you just subtract 2 from the 8, right? And so we realize that the scenario could be represented by what? An equation. You could say that 2 plus the amount of marble that remain in your bag equal 8. And then, of course, you solve for that unknown value to get the 6. So notice we could have represented that statement by an equation. Nice. So the calculation done, and so we get our 6. Wow, really nice. And so consider this linear equation. If I told you 12 times n is 24, what is n? Without a doubt, many of you might just jump straight to the 2, right? But I want you to look at the process that we did to get to 2. So whenever we have 12 times a variable, an unknown we're trying to find, to make that variable the subject, we had to do, instead, we're doing multiplication here, but in order to get the unknown, we had to do division. That's what I want you to pay close attention to. Consider this equation now. N divided by 4 equals 3. Which number, when you divide it by 4, the result is 3? Many of you already know it is 12. Now, what we actually did was multiplied both sides of the equation by 4, and we get 12. So notice when we're doing division, in order to get our answer, we had to do what? Multiplication. Essential. Now, sometimes you're going to get linear equations where the unknown is on both sides. Now, always remember the rule. The rule is to, I'm not even going to write it, I'm going to say it. You should make note of the rule. You always try to group like terms on one side of the equation. So notice we have regular integers and we have variables with the letter A in it, right? So in that case, we need to group our A's on one side and then group the numbers on the other side. So in that case, anytime you're bringing over one variable to the other side, it becomes the opposite operation. The opposite or the inverse operation of addition is subtraction. So we subtract 3 from this side, but anything we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Then since we have a 3a here and we need to move it over, we had to subtract 3a as well. So that's how we end up with, notice the 3 minus 3 would disappear from the left side, and the 3a minus 3 would disappear from the right side. So we're left with 5a minus 3a is 11 minus 3. In that case, we'll solve it. 2a is equal to 8. Then to get a now, we divide both sides of the equation by 2 to end up get a is equal to 4. Easy stuff so far. That's basic. This is revision of prep school mathematics and primary for some of us. Now what about this equation here? 12a minus 5 equal 2a plus 15. So again, the same procedure, right? We need to group like terms. So we bring the 2a to the other side so it becomes minus. But the negative 5 right here, since it's a minus right here, we're going to have to add 5 to both sides to do the opposite operation. I'm adding 5 to both sides, negative 5 plus 5, gone. Bring the 2a over here, so we do the subtraction. So in that case, we get 10a equal 20, and we divide both sides by 10, and that will give us a is equal to 2. Easy. Now, here's a bunch of questions now. Now, this is why you're here. Oftentimes, this is how you're going to see the questions in exams. So we're going to do all of these questions together. So let us go ahead and attempt all of these nice questions together. Starting with the first question. So the first question said solve 3x plus 7 equals 16. I want you to pause the video and attempt this question. Alright, so as you're doing this linear equation, right, you have 3x plus 7 equals 16. First thing we need to do is subtract 7 from both sides. I will change my color ink as well to show you the subtraction. So we subtract 7 from both sides, and then this plus 7 and minus 7 cancel. So we have 3x is equal to now 16 minus 7. In that case, now we have 3x is equal to 16 minus 7 is 9. And then we need to do what? We're going to divide both sides of the equation by 3. In that case, we get x is equal to 3. That is your answer. You can always do a check. Check to make sure your answer works. 3 times 3 plus 7. That is 9 plus 7, which is 16. So guess what? It works out. Since it works out, we're good. We're good to go. This question here now, 2 minus 5x is equal to x plus 12. I want you to pause the video and attempt this question for me. Alright, so as you're doing this question, right, as you would have paused, first thing you need to do is group your like terms, right? So in this case, what we can do is, we need the numbers on one side. So let's bring the 12 to the left side. So it becomes 2, since it's plus 12 over here, it's going to become minus 12 on the other side, equal to the minus 5x right here. When we bring it to the other side, we change it from minus to what now? Plus 5x. Now x plus 5x is 6x. 2 minus 12 is negative 10. Now what do we need to do? We need to now get x to be the subject. So we're going to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 6. This would cancel. So now we have x is equal to negative 10 over 6. And you can simplify that as negative 5 over 3. So that is x, negative 5 over 3. Really, really nice. All right. All right. Now, question 3 right here. Question 3, it says, solve this equation for x. 7x plus 4 equal to 5 in bracket 2 plus 4x. Go ahead, pause the video and attempt the question. So the first thing we notice is, right, we have 7x plus 4, that's equal to, expand the 5 into the bracket. Use distributive law. So you multiply 5 times 2 to get 10, and then you multiply 5 times 4x to get 20x. Now you need to do what? Group your like terms. So we're going to bring the 7x over to this side, and we need to bring the 10 over to the other side. All right? So in that case, we'll bring over the 10, it's going to become what? Minus 10. So 4 minus 10 equal. We need to bring the 7x to the other side, so it becomes 20x minus 7x. Now 4 minus 10 is what? Negative 6. 20 minus 7 is 13, so we get 13x. Now you need to divide both sides of the equation by 13, so we end up get x is negative 6 over 13. That is your answer. Hey! Right? Easy. All right, now here's where it gets difficult. A lot of time, this is the killer question. So I want you to pause the video and attempt this question. This is the $1,000,000 question. Solve for x in this equation. All right, so let's go. So oftentimes these are the killer question, and it's not that it's difficult, it's just because it looks different. Now, the first thing is that this combines principles from computation that you'd have covered in section 1 of the CSEC mathematics syllabus. So the first thing is the number 2 you know is 2 over 1. So what you have to do now is notice that we have fractions. And when you did regular fractions, what did you learn? When the denominators are different, you find the LCM. So the LCM between 3, 2, and this is really 2 over 1. So the LCM is what? 6. So now we're going to say, how many times can 3 go into 6? 2 times. So multiply this entire number up here, 3x plus 1 times 2. And how many times can 2 go into 6? 3 times. So we multiply the entire number up here by 3. Then 1 into 6 goes what? 6 times. So we multiply 2 times 6. And then 3 into 6 goes 2 times, so multiply the entire number at the top times 2. So let's do that. Remember, you have to multiply everything in this numerator by 2. So 2 times 3x is 6x, then 2 times 1 is plus 2. Minus, multiply everything up here now by 3, but I'm going to keep it in bracket and you'll see why soon. 3 times x is 3x. Then we have 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. You have to keep it in the bracket, okay? You have to. Have to. Please. Now, 6 times 2 is 12. Minus, put a bracket. Anytime you're doing these multiplication, put a what? Bracket. You can even bracket here if you'd like. Okay. Now 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. No, no, we're good. No, because the denominators are all the same. Remember, this is really saying we have 6x plus 2 over 6, minus 3 minus 6 over 6, and so forth. But since anytime the denominators are the same, you can just drop the denominator. So now we drop the denominator and it becomes 6x plus 2 minus in bracket 3x minus 6 equal to 12 minus 4x minus 6. You can drop the denominator, okay? Just drop it. Think about it this way. If I told you x over 5 plus 4 over 5 equal 9 over 5, right? Wouldn't you just drop it and really just tell me, well, you're just saying that x plus 4 equal to 9? Isn't this what I'm saying, that x plus 4 equal 9? We just drop the denominator, don't? So that's all we did right here. We dropped the denominator. Now 6x, look at it now, we have 6x, then we have minus 3x, right? So let's expand it out. This is 6x plus 2 minus 3x, but then negative and negative become positive, so it becomes plus 6, 12 minus 4x, then negative and negative become positive, so we get another plus 6. Now 6x minus 3x is positive 3x. 2 plus 6 is 8, so we get 3x plus 8 equal 12 plus 6 is 18 minus 4x. Good. Now in that case now, what are we going to do? We're going to now bring the minus 4x over to this side, so it becomes 3x plus 4x. Remember, we change. If it's minus, when it's on the right, it becomes plus on the left. Then we'll bring the 8 to the other side, so it's 18 minus 8. Then now it becomes basic algebra. This is now just 7x equal 18 minus 8 is 10. We divide both sides by 7, and so x is equal to 10 over 7. Wow! Easy, easy, easy. Nice. And that is that. Okay, what about this one? Another one similar to the one you've done before. Pause the video and attempt this question for me. Find the value of x. So as you pause the video, the first thing we have to do is what? Find the LCM, and the LCM between 2 and 4 is 4. But anytime you see the number 1, it's really 1 over 1. Now 2 into 4 goes 2 times. 2 times 2x minus 3x, you can multiply everything by 2, so it is 4x minus 6, put your bracket, minus, put your bracket, 4 into 4 goes 1 time, and 1 times anything is what? Itself, so you put x plus 4, equal 1 into 4 goes what? 4 times. 1 times 4 is 4. Then what did we do earlier? When the denominator, now we have one denominator, we just drop it. So dropping it, it becomes 4x minus 6 minus x plus 4 is equal to 4. From that, what do we do? Expanding the negative. That is now 4x minus 6 minus x minus 4 is equal to 4. Now 4x minus x, that's just 3x, minus 6 minus 4, that is minus 10, equal to 4. We can add 10 to both sides now. If we add 10 to both sides, look what happened. We get 3x is equal to 4 plus 10, which is 14. And then we divide both sides by 3 to get to our x is equal to 14 over 3. And that's it. Really, really nice. Alright, this one. Another one. Another one, right? Another one. Now, go ahead, pause the video, and solve for x for me. Alright, now in doing a question like this, whenever you have a fraction equal to a fraction, there's a rule I want you to remember. If a over b is equal to c over d, then a times d is equal to b times c. This is known as the cross multiplication rule. So if we cross multiply, we're saying 5 times x plus 7 is equal to 3 times 9 minus 2x. That's a cross multiplication rule. I want to write it down with numbers. Look, if I say 2 over 3 is equal to 4 over 6, it's essentially the same as me saying 2 times 6 is equal to 3 times 4. This is known as cross multiplication rule. Okay, so now that we cross multiply, we can now solve for x. So expanding 5, this is 5x plus 35 equal 3 times 9 is 27 minus 3 times 2x is 6x. What do we do now? We're going to bring like terms to one side, so we add 6x, bring it over so it becomes positive, bring over 35 so it becomes negative, so 25 minus 35. Now 5x plus 6x is 11x, and 27 minus 35 is negative 8. So what do you do next? Divide both sides by 11. Dividing both sides by 11, we get x equal negative 8 over 11.